Welcome back to the Proverbs. It's early, I'm tired, but the Lord tells us to get on up. What did Shayla and Jean tell us? Over in Luke 22:46, and he said unto them, Why sleep ye? Rise up and pray, lest ye enter into temptation. We don't want to be led into temptation this morning. I already rose up, I already prayed. So before you see me do any one of these, I always pray. It's funny, I've tried to make these little videos, and I can't even hardly speak if I don't pray. I mean, it won't come out. But we're going to jump right into it this morning. I already got some coffee made. The fire just went out. I tried adding some more wood to it, but she's done for. We've already done what we needed to do. Chapter 6 starts off warning against foolish actions. And let's go ahead, jump right in. This is a good one. It says, My son, if thou be surety for thy friend, and thou hast stricken thy hand with a stranger, thou art snared with the words of thy mouth. Thou art taken with the words of thy mouth. Do this now, my son, and deliver thyself. When thou art come into the hand of thy friend, go, humble thyself, and make sure thy friend. Give not sleep to thine eyes, nor slumber to thine eyelids. Deliver thyself as a roe from the hand of the hunter, and as a bird from the hand of the fowler. Saying there, these verses are not a plea against generosity, but against overextending one's financial resources and acting in irresponsible ways that could lead to poverty. And I want to stop there. When I was living out of the will of God, and I was living a very sinful life, I would try to use my money to, I guess, cover up my bad. And maybe the Lord will like it if I give to this and give to this and give this person some shoes. But I wasn't living right. I was trying to just cover up my wrongful living, and it ended up about bringing me into poverty. It really did. And you're like, Lord, I'm giving and giving and giving, but that ain't what he asked of us. That is not what he asked of us, and it says right there, it will lead to poverty. It is important to maintain a balance between generosity and good stewardship. God wants us to help our friends and the needy, but he does not promise to cover the cost of every unwise commitment we make. It is equally important to act responsibly so that our family does not suffer. Verse 6 says, Go to the ant, thou sluggard, consider her ways and be wise, which having no guide, overseer, or ruler, provideth her meat in the summer and gathereth her food in the harvest. How long wilt thou sleep, O sluggard? When wilt thou arise out of thy sleep? Yet a little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the hands to sleep. So shall thy poverty come as one that travelleth, and thy want as an armed man. What it's saying there in verse 6 through 11, it says, Those last few moments of sleep are delicious. We savor them as we resist beginning another workday. And I feel that every morning. Hit the snooze, want another 5 minutes, another 5 minutes. But it says, But Proverbs warns against giving into the temptation of laziness, of sleeping instead of working. This does not mean we should never rest. God gave the Jews the Sabbath, a weekly day of rest and restoration, but we should not rest when we should be working. If laziness turns us from our responsibilities, poverty will soon bar us from the legitimate rest we should enjoy. That's good stuff. So he's telling us, get on up, get to work. Don't lay around, don't be a sluggard, don't slumber. Get on up and get to work. He talks a lot about that in the Bible, about getting up. You know, it's rise up early and pray, get up and work. Get on up and work. And it's all in the Bible. It tells us to do that. verse 12 says, a naughty person, a wicked man, walketh with a froward mouth. He winketh with his eyes, he speaketh with his feet, he teacheth with his fingers. Frowardness is in his heart, he deviseth mischief continually, he soweth discord. Therefore shall his calamity come suddenly. Suddenly shall be broken without remedy. These 6 things doth the Lord hate. Yes, 7 are an abomination unto him. A proud look, a lying tongue, and hands that shed innocent blood. A heart that deviseth wicked imaginations, feet that will be swift in running to mischief, a false witness that speaketh lies, and he that soweth discord among brethren. So that's 7 things that the Lord hates. 6 things the Lord hates, and 7 are an abomination unto him. Don't be proud. Don't lie. Don't shed innocent blood. Don't have wicked imaginations. Don't run to mischief. Don't lie on people. And don't sow bad talk about people. Don't gossip. That's what that means. And then you got, it comes down to verse 20. It says, warning against adultery. It says, my son, keep thy father's commandment and forsake not the law of thy mother. Bind them continually upon thine heart and tie them about thy neck. When thou goest, it shall lead thee. When thou sleepest, it shall keep thee. And when thou awakest, it shall talk with thee. For the commandment is a lamp, and the law is a light, and reproof is instruction, or the way of life. It says there in verse 20 through 23, it is natural and good for children as they grow toward adulthood to strive to become independent of their parents. Young adults, however, should take care not to turn a deaf ear to their parents, to reject their advice just when they may need it most. If you are struggling with a decision or looking for insight, check with your parents or other older adults who know you well. Their extra years of experience may have given them the wisdom you seek. Verse 24, to keep thee from the evil woman, from the flattery of the tongue of a strange woman. Lust not after her beauty in thine heart, neither let her take thee with her eyelids. For by means of a whorish woman a man is brought to a piece of bread, and the adulteress will hunt for the precious life. Can a man take fire in his bosom and his clothes not be burned? Can one go upon hot coals and his feet not be burned? So he that goeth into his neighbor's wife, whosoever toucheth her shall be not be innocent. Men do not despise a thief, if he steal to satisfy his soul when he is hungry. But if he be found, he shall restore sevenfold. He shall give all the substance of his house. But whoso committeth adultery with a woman lacketh understanding. He that doeth it destroy with his own soul. A wound and dishonor shall he get, and his reproach shall not be wiped away. For jealousy is the rage of man, therefore he will not spare in the day of vengeance. He will not regard any ransom, neither will he rest content, though thou givest many gifts. It says there in verse 25 through 35, some people argue that it is all right to break God's law against sexual sin if nobody gets hurt. In truth, somebody always gets hurt. Spouses are devastated, children are scarred, the partners themselves, even if they escape disease and unwanted pregnancy, lose their ability to fulfill commitments, to feel sexual desire, to trust, and to be entirely open with another person. God's laws are not arbitrary. They do not forbid good, clean fun. Rather, they warn us against destroying ourselves through unwise actions or running ahead of God's timetable. And I pray if you are in any one of those situations, don't do it. Turn and run. We talked about that yesterday. Turn and run. I hope that this really helps somebody. It's helping me every day. Every day I open this Bible, it helps me. I learn something new. Proverbs, once we get done with Proverbs, I've read Proverbs several times, and you'll learn something new every time you read it. I've always been told, read Proverbs for 31 days, then on your 32nd day, turn around and start back over. Start over. Just keep reading them over and over. You'll learn so much out of Proverbs. But I really like Proverbs, and it's going back to what I was saying. This is one of those books that when you're older, you wish you would have read when you was younger. Because of the mistakes I made in life. I wish I would have been buried in these Proverbs and not made the mistakes I have made in life. And it gets deep. Hey, it may be cutting you, it cuts me. You know, and it's a two-edged sword. And that's what it's supposed to do. We should take all this, you know, that's the difference between knowledge and wisdom going back. Knowledge is knowing what to do. Wisdom is doing what to do. And that's what I like in Proverbs. If we run our life by these Proverbs, we would have a much better life. But I hope you're getting something out of it. And tomorrow we'll be in chapter 7. It says, wisdom guards against immorality. That's going to be a good one. And I want to thank y'all for tuning in. Please like, subscribe, and share. Hit the little bell. Tell somebody about it. Jump in here with me. If you're just now tuning in, go back and start with us in chapter 1 and come back up and get caught up with us. We're going to be in here 31 days. Then after that, don't know yet. I'm going to pray about it and see where the Lord leads me. But I'm still going to get back to some cooking videos and throwing in some stuff. This weekend, going to be doing some turkey hunting. Hope I get some good footage for that. Me and my friend Shane. So we're going to check that out and see where the Lord leads us. But thank you for tuning in and have a blessed day.